Let me tell y'all what I know. Sorry, I'm putting some lotion on. This is what I do know. If not now, when? If not now, when? What am I talking about? If there is something that you want to do, or something you've always desired to do, but you've put it off for, I don't know, a plethora of reasons, because we can come up with a lot. Not the right time, raising my kids, I have to work, which leads back to not enough time. Let me think. I don't have the money, which is 90% of America or more. I don't know. What's your excuse? What's your reason? I don't even want to call it an excuse. What's your reason? It may be a valid reason. But if not now, when? Because if you don't start now, that thing that you put off so many times, if you don't start now, this is what I know. Time is going to pass regardless. The time will pass. Your dream will pass you by. And you'll look up and you'll be old and wondering, I wonder what if. I don't want to have no regrets. I know I don't want you to have any regrets. The best thing you can do for yourself, no matter what age you are, and I mean that with everything in me, especially for those that are in my generation. I'm 53, and I don't usually tell my age. You know, I've been lying about my age for about 30 years. Taking out about 30 years. At least 20. But if you are, especially if you're in my generation, 40 and up club, if you've always had a dream, something that you wanted to do, if it's a business, if it's travel, if it's whatever it is, if you're able to start doing it, start. If not now, when? There's no greater time than now. I'm telling y'all right now that I have started several businesses. Some of them are still operational, and some are just kind of like laying by the wayside because it just didn't work out. And that's part of the process, is that it's not always gonna work out. And that's okay. But you know what I do know is that no matter what happens in your life, it's all working out for your good. And I used to wonder, like, no, it's not. Like, how is that? You know, but it's not working out the way I planned. Well, God's thoughts are not our thoughts and his ways are not our ways, but there's no but. I'll put it like this. God's thoughts are not our thoughts, or our thoughts are not God's thoughts. And the way he does things is not going to always align with the way we, in our mind, imagined it would go. So what you have to understand in knowing that is that even when you have a plan and you pursue that plan, you set out to do something, that thing that you've been putting out, because it's scary. You know, I won't lie to you and tell you, oh, it's easy. It's not easy. You are completely doing something different. Whenever you do something different, it's always harder in the beginning. But my point is this. Whenever you start something new, and let's say it's, you know, it's going, you're hoping and praying. I'm hoping and praying this works. I'm hoping and praying this works. Please, Lord, let this work. And let's just say something happens where it doesn't work out like you thought it would. Let me tell you something. Even if it didn't work out like you thought or envisioned in your mind, whatever you did in that thing that you were pursuing, it still is going to work out for your good, meaning you acquire some skills, you acquire some knowledge, you acquired some wisdom, you grew individually as a person. You know, you met some people along the way. You accomplished something that made you better. That's what I do know. I do know that no matter what it looks like, it is still going to work out in your favor. And it may tie in to the next thing. But what I do know, and this is what I know, you can't ever quit. Okay? And it gets tough. Let me tell y'all something. Man, I started, I'm trying to think. I've started several companies. So I started a publishing company, Reality Check Publishing. And I'm sorry, I keep getting notifications. That's why I'm swiping my phone. I started Reality Check Publishing, I think back in 2019. That's my publishing company because I was a blogger. I even had a blog, had a whole blog, Sherry Webb Life Coaching. That's another business I started with, Sherry Webb Life Coaching. So I had a whole blog where I wrote about personal development. I know I touched some lives. I know I did because I got a lot of feedback. I could see my stats and all that good stuff. My publishing company, I published my mom's book. I published my gratitude journal. And y'all, I still have another full book that I need to get published that I wrote back during the pandemic that just, it's done. The writing of it all, but the editing of it is not completed. So what I'm saying is throughout all of these starting businesses, they all still worked out for my good. For one, when I started Reality Check Publishing, I didn't know how to self-publish a book, but I do now. I didn't know how to edit a book, but I do now. I didn't know how to, I did the editing, I did the publishing of the book. I didn't even know how to start a company, but I learned how. And the biggest takeaway that I can tell y'all that I got out of all of these experiences is when I started a YouTube channel. Did that too, okay? It didn't go too well. I had 50 subscribers, about 50 videos, and I stopped. But what I learned during that time is how to speak on camera. Because when I started, child, let me tell you something, I was horrible. But that's okay. Because you know what? It all worked out for my good. I took a class on how to get comfortable in front of the camera. And even after that class, I wasn't fully comfortable. But I kept going. So now, I don't have a problem speaking on the camera. I feel like you right here in this room with me. So I am restarting a new journey, and it is telling you all about what I know from my experiences that I've gone through. My point in saying all this is, again, if not now, when? You tell me, when? When's going to be a good time for you? In a year, in 6 months, when you retire? Please don't. Please don't. Okay? When I retire, retirement, no. When our kids get grown, child, let me tell you something. My kids are grown now, 22 and 18, and I did not wait until they were 22 and 18. I started back in 2016, so almost 10 years ago. So my kids would have been like 9. They would have been like 9 and 12, 9 and 13, something like that, 8 and 12. But I didn't wait until they were grown to start developing as a person, to start growing, to start their business, to try stuff out. If not now, when? This is what I want y'all to do. Start today. And I know you can't just, boom, magically a business appears, or that dream, that something, whatever it is that you've always wanted, shows up in your life. But when I say start today, I mean just start with one thing. Just do one step. I don't care if you just write it down. Okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I've always wanted to do. If it's a business, put the name of the business on a piece of paper. And if you don't know where to go from there, put what's the first step. And start researching how to start a business, how to plan a trip, how to whatever. I don't know. I don't know. How to become a better person, how to develop myself, how, whatever it is, if not now, when? Because guess what? The only time we have right now is right now. So start now, right now. The best way to start right now is to make a decision in your mind today, right now, in this moment, because it's really all we have. Decide right now, I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to start that thing. That thing that you started, I'm going to start finishing what I didn't finish. Ooh, yeah. So, that's what I know. All right? Oh, here's the last little tip. What I know for a fact is that you will never know it all. There's so much I don't know, but I'm thirsty for knowledge. I'm thirsty for wisdom. I am a lifelong learner, and I understand that I don't know everything. I don't. I already know I don't know everything. Matter of fact, the older I get and the more I learn that I don't know a lot. So, and it's okay. It's okay. It should give you like a hunger, a drive to want to learn whatever it is you don't know already, and to become better. All right. So that's what I know. Y'all have a good one. See you in the next one. Bye.